is Christina Cuba. I live in Flint, Michigan. I have a daughter named Malaya Cuba. She's 4 years old. She was born in 2012. So when the Flint Water Crisis started in 2014, supposedly, she was still under the age of not being able to fight off the lead poisoning herself. We were told that the water was fine after a while. So we've had lead hot dogs and we've had lead oatmeal. And it came to a point where Malaya told me she didn't want her food. And I was wondering why she didn't want to eat. And then when they said that, we found out that the water still isn't good, I realized it was the Lord telling me not to give my daughter this or make her eat it, even though I believe that you should eat all your food and you shouldn't waste anything. But I don't want to kill her by giving her lead water.
Let's take it back to the end of August 2014. So, one of my caregivers, because I have paralysis from the neck down, when I get a bed bath, they went into the bathroom like a normal routine, exactly at 7:30 a.m. around there. Said that the water was brown and smelling funny, like maybe like eggs or something. I was like, oh, like, okay, all right, like maybe it's just, it needs to be flushed or something. Then we started noticing brown water coming out of everything, and at that time they were under a boil water advisory. So what I did is I just told my caregiver, I was like, just grab a mason jar, fill the water up, and cap it and put it away in the closet. So that if somebody ever said that, no, this didn't happen, or because obviously we don't know like where we're at now, but it was the beginning. And it was like, okay, where, I'm going to store this water, so if someone says that your water wasn't brown or it didn't look like this, I'll say, hey, go to the closet. And I do that anytime someone comes over and they're doubting it. I'm like, go look at it. It looks like a snow globe. It looks like shredded copper. And so we noticed that the water wasn't right. And I contacted the water department and told them about it. And they said why they were boiling the water at that time. And so I just went on the internet and found reasons, because I started breaking out in a rash on my right thigh. I just stopped using the water completely. I just told people to stop drinking it.
Bathing in this water, I believe, is the reason why my wound got infected, and my wound is still open from a surgery that I had in October. So I'm taking antibiotics and having to pack this wound and still gotta bathe, and it's just a lot to deal with. It's a lot to deal with, and it's like, so I make it a point to cover my wound when I take my showers, so that the water is not being, contaminating my wound any further. It's been a headache. It's been a nightmare, actually. That seemed like you never wake up from, because it's still no end to it. They saying they making so much progress, but they still tell you, filter your water before you drink it. And then they've lied to you so much. It's like, how do you even trust them again? You know what I'm saying? So it's been a constant battle. It has been. And then, like I said, with me being sick, it makes it even more for me. I have to overly be conscious because my immune system is not strong. So I'm more susceptible to catching things than if I was just well, so it's hard. I was born and raised here. I left, went to Florida for a while, and then I ended up living in California for like 10 years. And when I came back, it was an eye-opener, because it was nothing like the city that I left. And then when I came back, at first I was just like, oh my God, this city is just like a ghost town almost. But I see hope. I see hope. I see the colleges coming up here. I see them building new developments around, and I see, even in this water crisis, I see the people uniting together. So it gives me hope for my city. It gives me a lot of hope for my city, and that makes me feel good. You know, that's like a consolation in a situation like this, you know. So that makes me feel good. That makes me feel hopeful for our future.
I'm looking at it like, you know, for the time period that people weren't paying the bill, and that was okay, then they credited people because back in 2014, you know, when this all sort of jumped off, here we are, you know, gonna credit this account and credit that account. And I'm sitting there like, okay, the pipe's still dirty. People are using it. It's really only good to flush the toilet with. But at the same time, you know, people washing dishes, you can't use all the bottled water, all that different type of stuff, which is some of the stuff that's going on in my house. You know, you still may wash dishes with it. Still, some of us are taking showers with it. And it's like, I'm thinking because it's not as contaminated in our area, but nonetheless, it's still dangerous, and I'm still putting myself at risk. And it's almost kind of like, there's no way not to, you know what I'm saying, completely not put yourself at risk. If I'm cleaning, you know, the countertops, or cleaning the toilet stool, and my kids, they got chores, or I'm wiping stuff down, you're gonna go through all kind of water, so you'll still expose yourself to it to some degree. But then they're saying, okay, then you should only be paying the sewage part of the water that we use. But at the same time, things as far as how they've been charging us in Michigan for water is higher than other states. That still ain't fair. You know, and for them to make the decision that they did, how all that trickled down. And it's like, even talking from that standpoint, the more I talk about it, the more I will get pissed off. Because it's like, it just doesn't make sense. Nobody should be paying anything for water until the situation is totally rectified, till it is totally complete, till it is done. Till it's done and over with. And then, okay, everybody, we starting at zero. This is what you pay now. In all fairness, especially out of the fact that people have died.
My name is Gale Glover, author of Flint, The Death and Rebirth of a City. And I wrote this book to bring awareness to what happened here and to make sure that no one ever forgets.